I think people misunderstand what the big three actually are. Because lately, I keep seeing people try to replace them. And that doesn't make sense to me. When people talk about the big three, they treat it like it was just a popularity contest. Like it was just, these were the top 3 anime at that time. But if it was just popularity, we would have had a new big 3 by now, and we don't. When we say big 3, we're talking about Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece. But it's not just the names, it's what they represent. These shows weren't defined by hype alone. They were defined by cultural impact, longevity, narrative scale, power systems, global reach. They didn't just succeed, they shaped what success looked like. And this is where a lot of confusion comes from. Influence. Because you can see the DNA of these shows in newer anime. For example, Jujutsu Kaisen gets compared to Bleach all the time. Curses, I like hollows, style, tone, character archetypes. Black Clover was also compared to Bleach. So because of the squad systems, underdog growth, transformation power-ups. Then you have My Hero Academia, kind of compared to Naruto. So the mentor-student structure, the emotional arcs, society-based world building. And those comparisons, I feel like they're valid. But here's the key thing. Being inspired by something doesn't mean you replace it. Another thing people overlook is time. You cannot compare 2000s anime to 2020s anime like they had the same tools. They had different budgets, different technology, different production pipelines. Of course, newer anime looks better. It's supposed to. That's not a fair comparison. It's evolution. Let's talk about one of the most common takes. Jujutsu Kaisen is Bleach, but better. I get where that comes from. I really do. I don't like it at all. But Bleach doesn't need to be better than Jujutsu Kaisen. Bleach already did what it needed to do. It built an identity, an atmosphere, and a style that people are still pulling from today. That's impact. And for me, this isn't just theory, this is personal. Naruto, that is my entire childhood. Bleach, that's what made me fall in love with anime. One Piece, that was my college journey, and I believe One Piece is the greatest anime to ever be created. But these weren't just shows to me, they were different chapters of my life. And I think the reason people are trying to replace the big three, maybe it's not to be disrespectful, it's a bit of perspective. A lot of newer fans didn't experience these shows in real time, so they're judging them based on animation, pacing, and modern standards. But the truth is, you can't feel the impact of something you didn't experience in its time. And I should be clear, you can think newer anime are better, that doesn't make them replacements. The big three aren't competing with new anime. They're the reason those anime exist in the first place. They're not replaceable, they're foundational. So, now I'm kind of curious. What anime did you grow up on? And do you think anything can replace the big three? Because I don't. But anyway, until next time, sail safe and stay spirited.